Look at this. This is a giant hall full of cars.
Race fan Rob!
Hi there, race fans! Here I am on my trip to Italy, and this is the first day my trip from the north of the Netherlands all the way to Italy, and it's going to be a complete car and race related trip. But I had to make a stop in Germany, of course, because I couldn't travel in one time, and I stopped in Neuenberg am Rhein, very nice place. And then I was looking on a map and I saw that Mulhouse, or Mulhouse if you English people call it, is nearby, and there happens to be the biggest car museum in the world. And that's over there. And there, this is a collection of the Schlumpf brothers. This used to be a wool complex, a complex where they made wool, I guess. Must have been a lot of sheep here. So, but they collected cars in the early 50s, and there should be around 450 cars in this building. So I'm going to go to that place and go into the building. So I'm in, and the first thing you notice, it's pitch black and it smells like oil. And here is an exposed old Bugatti engine with 8 pistons, so it's a straight 8. All those emblems and statues of cars, look at these. They are great. Look at this. This is one of the most early and famous, you could say, Formula One cars of the 30s. It's a Bugatti T35, I mean B, with a characteristic grille radiator. This is amazing. Look at this. This is a giant hall full of cars. One of the first things I wanted to see was, of course, a Formula One car. Probably a show car, I think, but look at this. Oh, this is awesome. Here the Bugatti T35B, made from Lego. Look at the steering wheel. That's awesome. It's quite big actually. Here I am for scale size. Oh, this is so awesome. It's a completely bodiless, just a chassis with an engine. It's a Rolls Royce. And it's giant, it's huge. Look at it. I think this is an 8-cylinder or even 12-cylinder, I don't know. Straight 12? Ah, look at it. So good. The gear lever, yeah. Steering wheel with all the controls. The axle for the rear wheel drive, differential, the huge one. Petrol tank, wow. Just found out it's only a 6-cylinder. It looks so big. With all those brass parts. I mean, it's a work of art, really. A beautiful Bugatti Type 49. This is an Alfa Romeo 8C from 1936, the sign says, but it has pop-up headlights. That's 1936. This is the car my dad loved, my late dad. He loved the traction avant, the Citroen. It's the first car with front-wheel drive. Have you ever seen a car look as strange as this one? It's a Panhard, a French car. Panhard Le Vasseur, the sign says. 1948. It looks like a boiled egg. And here is its scale model. Well, this is a real famous one. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SL with the gull-wing doors. I mean, at this time, 1955, this was the best sports car you could buy. And now, when original, this car is worth a fortune. I know there are replicas made in Germany, and they already cost more than €1 million, and this one is way more expensive. It's a beauty. That one, my friends, that's my personal favorite, the Citroen SM. It's so gorgeous. I really want to own one when I'm big, when I'm grown up. Oh. This car is from the early 70s. It was developed in the 60s. It actually failed because in 1973 we had the oil crisis, so petrol was really expensive, or you couldn't get any. I don't know. I was too young to know about it. But and this car had a Maserati V6 engine, because at that time Citroen had bought Maserati. So this is a great, what do you call it? Crossover, or a French-Italian crossover, really. It's a sports coupe. And I think its looks are so special. You may not love it at first sight, but it's gorgeous. Another car you surely will not love at first sight is this, an Aston Martin Lagonda. Oh my God, that looks. Oh. Well, this Bugatti couldn't miss on this collection. It's really the second time Bugatti got revived, and this was the first one under the Volkswagen wings. You can't buy these cars new anymore, but I believe they are more expensive than they used to be. They're about 1.6 million, I believe, now. This is 2024, depending on all the features of the car. And it goes about 407 kilometers per hour, and you need a special key to unlock that. Totally crazy. Wow, look at this collection. These are all Bugatti race cars. It even goes on here. Wow. Look at this. This could be a start grid from the 30s to the 50s in Formula One, in Grand Prix racing, and it goes on over there. Ah, this is so good. This Merc is so far away, I can't get any closer. But this is a really famous car. It's the W154. I think it might have been driven by Tazio Nuvolari. Finally, a car I do recognize. This is a Maserati 4 CLT. This car was used in the early days of Formula One and soon to be replaced, if I'm not mistaken, by the 250F. And I hope it's over there. I think it is. And this is the 250F. with a giant engine block in front. I don't know for sure if this is a Maserati engine block. But this is the 250F, which was a really famous Formula One car at the beginning of Formula One. I know Stirling Moss drove it. I think Fangio won a world title in this car, I'm sure. And I think Maserati became constructor champions, although probably it wasn't there already. Constructor championship is only from 1958, I believe. But they were very good, a very popular car. Look at this engine block by Bugatti. Wow, this must be an 8-cylinder, straight 8. What a massive thing this is. It must be very lumpy and weighty. And I think this was one of the problems with the car over there at the back. Pew, pew, pew. Because that's the last Bugatti Grand Prix or Formula One car of all time, really. Will it ever come back? It's the Type 251. This is really bruised. I mean, look at it, how bumpy it looks. And it raced only in one race, if I remember clearly. Please correct me in the comments. But I think it was in the French Grand Prix of 1955, and it failed horribly. Yeah, too bad. Check out this gorgeous Lotus. I believe it's Type 33 with the red interior, British Racing green, and the 8-cylinder in the back. That's probably a Coventry Climax engine, and those trumpet-shaped exhaust pipes. Wow, I love those cars. They look so great, so agile, so nimble, so small. Okay, peeps, there are even some modern, or yeah, for us older people, modern F1 cars, like this Benetton in the back. That's the B191B or something. There is no thing to read here, so please help me. Am I right? I read Schumacher and Piquet, so I believe this car is from 1991 or maybe 1992, I'm not sure. This is a Williams FW15C, yeah, it says here, right? And here we have the B195. A Benetton, of course. And once again, this is a Schumacher car. Oh, this is such a great open Le Mans racer. This is the winner of 1978. And it was driven by Yasso and DJ Peroni, who was a Formula One driver in the making at that time. Can you believe driving for 24 hours in a car that's fully open? Oh man. Actually, this isn't the Le Mans winning car, because that had number 2 and this is number 3. I believe number 2 was because there were 3 cars racing in 1978 at Le Mans, and they all had different colored interiors. And this is the blue one, and it was the white one that won, and there also was a red one. Correct me if I'm wrong. They just started the engine of this Bugatti. And I think this guy is going to drive it. Wow. It's a 16-cylinder engine, people. Wow, look at it. Because this Bugatti got moved, I was able to make a few pictures of this car. This is so great. Because I hope to make this, to make a model of this. Tamiya brought out this model in 1978, I believe, 79 or something like that. So great to see some details of this car. atmosphere here is like really roaring 20s. Those cars, also shiny. Wow, look at this. Well, this has been a great stop. I can really recommend it to you to go to this National Museum of Cars in Mulhouse in France, just over the border with Germany. And I want to end with this phenomenal beauty. One of the most expensive cars in the world, really. It's a giant car. It's a beauty, an absolute masterpiece. It's the Bugatti Royale. I think it's worth about 50 million euros, dollars, something like that. It's so gorgeous. Can you imagine you go with your girlfriend to a movie in this car with a chauffeur driving, handling this big steering wheel, gear levers, and look at the back. Oh, it's awesome. And those wheels, they're giant. Well, I've got a car with 19-inch wheels, which make me really like proud, but these these are way bigger. Must be 22 inches, something like that. Oh, they're so good. This two-tone color, it's so classic. Look at the grips, the door grips. Wow. Great place to go. Go there.
Race fan Rob.